Hello, 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 and happy Thursday to you. If I could turn my camera around right now, you would see the thunder snowstorm that we are experiencing here in my neck of the woods. So it is a cozy, white, snowy day here in Kansas City, and I am snuggled up with my tea. Looking forward to a fire in the fireplace later today and enjoying all of the goodness that comes with a snow day before we worry about the stress and anxiety that comes with the snow day. So, I'm here today to build upon our conversation from last week. And in my episode last week, we discussed job demands and job resources in our working teams and the importance of really understanding what job demands exist for your employees, for yourself, for your teammates, as well as job resources, and ensuring that we're equipping our employees and our teams in order to succeed. So, if you didn't watch last week's episode, I strongly encourage you to go back and watch it. You can find it on my profile, but it's an important one, and of course, we're building off of that today. So I get this question pretty regularly. How do we talk about burnout in the workplace? When we're feeling it individually, it can feel very intimidating to have a conversation with our boss, with our superiors, even with our teammates about our experience of burnout. Part of that is because we culturally believe that burnout is an individual problem. And that's just not the case. Burnout is as a result of organizational and systemic changes that need to occur. I'm not going to say issues, changes that need to occur. So, how do we begin to infiltrate into our working ways, approaching burnout from a preventative standpoint, right? Because right now, we're really very reactive as it comes to burnout. So, from a reactive standpoint, then we need to get into a preventative standpoint, right? This draws back on my experience as a maintenance manager. Then, once we master preventative maintenance of a problem, then we move towards predictive styles. So, too often we're trying to employ predictive styles before we've even mastered reactive or preventative maintenance of a problem. So, let's focus on how we can begin to discuss burnout in the workplace. Why is this important? High quality teamwork is associated with well being, resilience, and results. So, when you are fostering effective teams within your organization, if you are a team leader and you're creating a safe culture of collaboration, you are going to have happier employers, resilient employees, and you are going to have better results collaboratively. Stronger team culture is associated with lower exhaustion levels. And we're going to dig into part of the reason why. When you're working on a well-oiled machine, for example, there is a higher success rate of even distribution of workload and responsibility, as well as more autonomy for your employees, for your peers, because of healthy communication pathways. So often we want to ignore healthy, effective forms of communication in our personal lives and in our professional lives because it feels too soft, it feels too uncomfortable. But these healthy communication pathways provide an opportunity to really assess our team atmosphere, what's working, what isn't working, and where there might be an uneven distribution of job demands. In order to do this, we need to understand what job demands are the most common themes within your team. So again, referencing back to last week's video, I'm not going to completely recycle through, but understanding the job demands that exist are just areas for improvement, opportunities for growth. So begin to ask team members along those job demand lines. Do you feel like you have role clarity? Do you feel like you have an even distribution of workload? Why not, right? Asking the question of why, getting down into the root cause can really help better understand those themes of job demands within your team. Speak up when you witness an uneven distribution of workload and provide solutions without attacking team members. Whether you are a team member yourself or a team leader, we want to attack the problem together, right? We are a team, we are attacking this inanimate problem without attacking the team members because we probably don't understand the true root cause. So, if you are experiencing an uneven distribution of work, that can often come as a result of biases. So, we want to seek to understand biases, especially of diverse teams. We don't want to be making assumptions about the working styles and strengths of our peers based on our unique outlook onto the world, right? When we were very siloed in our work and lacking diversity within our teams, it was a little easier to understand one another, assume strengths, working styles, and whatnot. And the more diverse we come, the more we really need to seek to understand our blind spots and really understand the different ways of working within our team that are actually incredibly productive. Because when we can lean into the strengths of others, then we can really complement and balance one another really well. Which comes to my next point, assessing quality of relationships within your teams. No, your team members do not need to be besties in and out of the workplace, but if you are seeing themes of fractured relationships within your team, within your organization, these need to be addressed because high quality relationships are key to resilient teams. Now, as we transition into hybrid workplaces, remote workplaces, we're losing a lot of opportunities for building relationships because these relationships need to be built within the context of working and outside the context of working. What used to be water cooler chats. There are some great articles on LinkedIn about how to facilitate more of that water cooler chat within your teams, whether that's collaborative, co-working virtually, where you can discuss things that have nothing to do with the project that you're working on, that have nothing to do with business success, without invading, the boundaries, the privacy of your team members. So really finding and honoring those boundaries with communication can help ensure that we're building strong relationships and trust within teams, that we're speaking up to assume our share of the workload without overtaxing or overburdening one another. And what's fabulous about this is that when a team member hits a rocky phase of life, right, something unexpected happens in their personal life, and they can't handle their normal amount of workload, the team is ready to adapt and pick up and evenly distribute that workload as needed in order to continue to be a resilient team. So within that team atmosphere, we need to, whenever we're tackling new problems, we need to create context for our team. We need to establish specific goals. We need to define responsibilities. We need to talk about one another's working styles and strengths. That's a two-way street. That doesn't just happen from boss to employee, but also from employee to boss. So we really need to begin with teams with these ideologies so that we don't have a lack of role clarity. Role clarity is key for building resilience and for cultivating a strong atmosphere of burnout prevention in the workplace. So many people that I'm talking to on the internet, my clients, in conversations day to day, their number one complaint about their workplace is they don't have role clarity. So they're doing the work of other people. They're doing the work of someone that is below their pay grade. They're doing the work of a previous role and their current role. They're lacking role clarity. So as a leader of a team, seek to define role clarity for everyone on your team. If you're not getting support from your superiors, ensure that that issue is being raised because role clarity is key. Those are my tactics for today. Next week, we're going to have an incredibly special guest. So we're going to be veering off of the topic of burnout within organizations. I have next week Evan Morton. She's going to be talking to us about BioGals, which is an incredible organization that I can't wait to introduce you to. So Tune in next Thursday at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll look forward to seeing you then. If you have any more questions for me about burnout individually, organizationally, DM me right now. Let's chat about the keys that you need in order to take those first steps towards incorporating a preventative maintenance approach to burnout within your workplace. Until next week, stay safe and we'll see you then.